Jails, from the jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe, everybody. Just a little click down there and it really helps, you know. And don't forget your comments. I like your comments. Even the insults. Well, some of them. One of them made me cry the other day. Little tear run down here. I'm laughing, by the way. Larry made one of those cruel comments. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about HMP LOWDHAM GRANGE, which is a prison run by HMP Prison Service. Yep, and actually it was previously run by Scorus or whatever the damn name is. But since 2024 it's been run by the Prison Service. Because things were disintegrating there, and it was decided it would be overtaken by the prison service, so they've put in proper prison officers now. As I say, I don't fully understand how you can give the King's Commission to people who are not actually commissioned by the government. I don't understand that. Perhaps I'm just a little bit old-fashioned, shall we say. Anyway, HMP LOWDHAM GRANGE currently holds over 1,000 inmates. A Category B prison located near the village of Loudon, which is just outside Nottingham. And on the 17th of April, one of the staff there was viciously assaulted by an inmate and hospitalised. It's becoming all too regular, this, isn't it? And I believe that they are using a special task force to deal with the prisons where there have been loss of control and that prisoners are becoming extremely violent. HMP LOWDHAM GRANGE has a history of extreme violence. Inmates, I believe in 1 year there was over 370 assaults. That's virtually one a day. Or more than one a day, on staff and other prisoners. Numerous accounts of inmates self-harming. So there's trouble all across the prison estate. They're citing lack of staff. They can't recruit staff. Well, let me tell you this, the way they used to recruit staff was they paid them properly. And pretty much like the police, they have a problem. They had a problem at LOWDHAM GRANGE. One of the first officers that was appointed there had been an enforcer for the Cray twins. You can't make that up, can you? You can't make it up. Yeah, but he was subsequently dismissed. Obviously, the vetting system has fallen by the wayside. Just knock on the gate, grab a big set of keys and in you go. But apparently the Prison Officers Association are now, I believe they're going to meet with Shamir Mahmood, that's the Justice Secretary, and demand that their officers, the members of the POA, are provided with adequate equipment to defend themselves against an increasingly violent situation in HM prisons. Well, if we go back a little bit in time, we didn't need a special force. Each prison had their own Mufti squad. And in the event that there was trouble, then the Mufti squad came in. That's the minimum use of force tactical intervention, as I previously pointed out. The officer that was assaulted on the 17th of April at LOWDHAM GRANGE has now been discharged from hospital, but was admitted being quite badly injured. These things do happen. Of course, they happened when I was there, but the way that inmates who did that kind of damage was dealt with was slightly different. The major deterrent at prisons such as Strangeways, Wandsworth, Wormwood Scrubs, Armley Jail, Walton Jail was the block. And the block was the answer. Once you'd been down the block and you'd met the likes of the school bully, then you weren't to keen to return. Unless you were completely insane, such as Mad Frankie Fraser, people like that, they just never learned. But now we've got Shamir Mahmood being approached by the chairman of the Prison Officers Association with a view to having prison staff issued with tasers or stun guns and the body armour. You can imagine walking around in that all day. I mean, when I was there, the shifts ran, some ran virtually 14 hours. You can imagine 14 hours, carrying that stuff around. And not only are they issuing staff with tasers, stun guns and body armour in the young offenders institutions, so I am reliably informed, they are issuing staff with pepper sprays. I think they call it Parva, which is a synthetic pepper spray, which does no permanent damage, but I believe it's quite unpleasant. You get a snot box full of that. But who's going to be administering this? The hostess brigade. That's the problem. Back in the days we had the big boys, and if you messed with one of those, then you were going to get uplifted on the spot and shoulder high run screaming down the block, where you were welcomed by the school bully and his able associates. Now, I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it, but at the time it worked. So that's a little rant for today about HMP LOWDHAM Grange and further assaults on staff. And I am not hoping that this happens, but I feel it will. We're heading towards really hot weather. There's going to be a really hot summer. And there is undoubtedly going to be a desire by certain inmates of the prison system to remain outside of their cells. You can put two and two together and decide what that's going to mean. And for today, that's that. I had a request for a song, so that's the song dinger, folks. You've had your warning. This is a song where somebody requested a song by Eric Clapton. Now I'm not Engelbert Humperdinck, nor am I Eric Clapton. I'm more like that fella from the Dubliners, but I'm going to give it a go. So, unless you're super sensitive, stand by for actions. Are you ready? I'm going to sing. It's called Wonderful Tonight, specially requested. Somebody asked me to sing Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavour on the Bedpost Overnight? Well, there you go. That's as far as I'm going with that song. Very silly song. Other requests in, I will deal with them as I get along with this. And if you've got any requests, comments, insults, observations, please add them down below. Somebody asked me if I would be prepared to review the book about Paul Sykes, written by Jamie Boyle. I have spoken to Jamie Boyle. He is a gentleman, and I believe he believes absolutely in what he's written. But A, sharks don't have ears, and B, there are no sharks in the Straits of Japur. So, there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Here we are. Anyway, I'll give you one last warning. There you go. That's the song there. This is originally by Eric Clapton, and I'm sorry to say I'm going to destroy it. So, Eric, forgive me, for I know not what I do. As many of you who have been watching this channel for some time have probably already realised. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asked me, do I look alright? And I say, yes, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say, yes, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. It's time to go home now, and I've got an aching head. So I give her the car keys, and she helps me to bed. And then I tell her, as I turn out the light, I say, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Well, if you really did enjoy that, we will meet again tomorrow morning, A1 landing, 9 a.m, and I've got the answer. Tales from the Jails.